Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. This is the daily currency call webinar where Jin shares his analysis and ideas for a specific currency for each day. So for Monday, he will be doing the Aussie, New Zealand, Tuesday, Euro, Wednesday, Pound, Thursday, which is today, Yen and Gold, Friday, Cat and Oil. So I see many familiar names here and also some new names too. So before we start today's session, to help us with this poll, just so you know, is it your first time here? Yeah, I just launched the poll, so just do me a favor and in selections. Yeah, so this webinar is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So a quick introduction about Jin. Jin is the founder of LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase. He teaches students at the LCMS Traders Club on how to trade FX. And for Forex Briefcase, he trades a US $8 million account on a daily basis for his managed account clients. And he's also an international speaker where he speaks in countries like Hong Kong, UK, US, Australia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Indonesia, sharing his views about the FX market. If you want to know more about him, I'll post some links in the chat. As for me, I'm Jin Wei. I've known Jin for about 3 years now, first as a student and now as a business partner. In terms of trading, Jin has helped me a lot when it comes to economics analysis. So this is something that you guys should definitely look out for when he does his analysis. So while we are just about to get started, I'm going to launch another poll. Do let me know how did you guys get here from Facebook Live or Traders Club. Yeah, so with that, I will pass the time to Jin now for the currency analysis.
All right, good morning. How is everyone today? Give me a big thumbs up if you're there, if you're present, if you're listening, if you're good. Couple of thumbs up. All right, can I get a few more? A few more. There we go. Okay. Good to go. Yes, Hosu new office. Just check out the view. I'll do a pan around next time. Not right now. Just can't really look out the window. It's a bit rainy today. So new office, new setup. Let me know how it works for you. Whether we've got a bit of sound disturbance or charts looking right, screens looking right. Just let me know if you have any feedback. We are live on Facebook as well. So Forex Trading Asia, if you are checking us out on Facebook, on Forex Trading Asia, click like, click share, or come and join us on the currency call here on Zoom. Okay. Funny thing was I actually just did all the analysis on pound, and then I realized, wait, today is not pound day. Pound day was yesterday. We made money on pound yesterday already. Let's look at the yen and gold today, because we also made money on gold. We also made money on some of the yen pairs. So let me just do a quick look. Most of you, we actually have quite a nice spread of attendees today. So getting straight into it, tell you a bit more about Traders Club. Yesterday, just last night, we had the session on coaching where Daniel gave us a big wave over there, right? Daniel was guiding everyone through how to trade using triangles, ascending triangle, descending triangle, symmetrical triangles, all that kind of stuff. We identified a few trades using that method itself, and it's actually making money, right? So if you missed out on that session, make sure you jump in. I think it's here. Yep. Oh, it's not uploaded yet. Okay, but it's going to be here in the tutorial section. Make sure you jump in, watch that over and over and over again. Pick up the tips, points that's going to help you make some money using triangles. All right. We also did our weekly call here where on Monday we were looking through different aspects of how to trade. I called out on the Euro US, the Pound US dollar, running about 100 over pips from that call on Monday. And we have our signals fired out in the LCMS Traders Club on Facebook here. If you are joining us from any other sources, you have to join LCMS Traders Club because you get the signals here first, not just telling you whether to buy or sell, but telling you the reasons behind why we buy or sell, the step-by-step process behind it as well. Okay, so $49 a month to join, or $199 a year. It makes sense just to get in for a year and get all the information you need. I'm going to jump straight into the news. Okay, how's the screen looking? Is it looking a bit too small, a bit too big? Probably have to zoom in a bit more, I think. How's that better? Is that better? Okay. So looking at the news today, we're talking about the pound, we're talking about the yen, we're talking about the gold. Again, not much news, right? I've been saying this the whole week. Not much news pushing the pairs that much, but that's actually good for us because we're seeing prices trend a lot better. Tomorrow we're talking about the Canadian dollar. I'll leave that for tomorrow. But looking at the yen pairs, nothing much happening to push those news or to push those prices. However, non-economic news, aside from non-economic news, we are looking at very, very, very high numbers coming through in the US in terms of the COVID cases. So we're seeing that, I wouldn't even call it a second wave. Right? To call it a second wave makes it sound like they've already ended the first wave in the US. It's actually more like a massive big wave, massive big first wave in the US. We're seeing a lockdown again in Australia. So that's the second wave in Australia. We're seeing, the UK has seemed to have gone off a little bit, so they're doing quite well. Europe seems to have gotten off the news as well. So Australia and the US seeing bigger numbers right now, which is why we've seen a bit more US dollar weakness coming through yesterday and actually over the past couple of days. Okay, so with that bias in mind, a little bit of a weaker US dollar, not much economic news pushing the pairs to volatile motion. We're seeing more trending situations. Let's jump straight into the charts. All right, I'll do it a little bit differently today because I'm super excited about the gold currency, the gold pair here. Give me a big thumbs up if you can see gold chart looks good. All right. Okay, so last week, so you know that when I look at the gold, when I look at trading gold, I look at it on a daily time frame. Last week, I was looking at it at this point here, saying that it's more likely to go up and test the 1800 level. Likely to test the 1800 level, and if it does break 1800, we could see it going towards 1829 or 1830. Okay, so I do anticipate that we could see it go up towards 1830. However, now that it's broken that resistance of 1800, I probably would be a little bit more conservative and say that we're more likely to see it come down a little bit, retest the 1800 level before bouncing back up again. So come down a little bit, retest 1800, and then bounce back up again. I don't think it will happen in a hurry, so I'll probably stretch out that line a little bit more to see it, slowly sit at this level, test a little bit lower before bouncing up to 1830. But as usual, if you are going to be slightly late to the party, be a little bit more careful, because what could happen is you end up entering too late, entering right at the top. Okay, so be a bit more careful. The risk here is we're looking at about 150 to 200 that kind of levels is quite good. If you're slightly late to the party, then I would suggest looking at different currency pairs instead of gold, because I do expect that at 1830, 1825, 1830, we could see quite a good retracement back towards 1800 before possibly reaching higher again. So spare yourself a little bit of heartache. Don't jump in if you are jumping in too late. Okay, so if you have any questions, please put it in the Zoom chat there. I think Daniel has been firing out the summaries. Then we will look at the other currency pairs. All right, looking at US yen. US yen on the daily time frame, you can see that it hasn't done that much. Since the last time we spoke, I said I was probably going to sit here and shoot upwards, expecting to see a little bit more US dollar strength there. We haven't seen that much US dollar weakness either on the US yen. So it's actually been sitting, it was at 107.50, it's now at 107.29. It hasn't done that much. A lot of tails upwards and downwards, hasn't done that much yet. At this point here, it probably will have to break. Likelihood is for the downside. It probably will have to break below 106.87 to head any lower. Okay, below 106.87 to hit any lower. Be a bit more patient. Let it break below that level before we start selling. Okay, what you also want to pay a bit of attention to, if you are a Traders Club member and you joined the session last night, we spoke about the US yen as well. Looking at it on the H4, it does look like we could see it come a bit lower, test that level. Okay, I'm actually going to remove this line because I think that it's going to be a bit more like come down towards 106.87 and then test. I'm not too sure whether it will break that support level. What might happen is similar to what we had in June, in the middle of June, and also in the end of June, where it tested that support level and bounced up. This level has been quite well received, as we saw it in May as well and several times throughout. So let it come down towards 106.87, test that. If it bounces up, look to buy upwards. That could be a good 30-40 pip stop loss for a good 100 pip take profit. If it breaks below, then you could have another 40-50 pip stop loss for a possible next support level of 122. Okay. Obviously, I would prefer to look at it as test that support and bounce up. Opportunities are a lot more attractive on the upwards. So let's wait for it to test 106.87 before seeing what could happen upwards. Looking at the euro yen now on the daily time frame, and also how the euro dollar has been performing. I do anticipate, let me zoom this in a little bit. I see the guys all squinting to look at the chart, so I get the hint, guys. All right, zoom it in a little bit. I do anticipate that we could see euro yen move from 121.73 towards 122.52. All right, move up towards that level, and then possibly okay, so move up towards testing that level. You want to keep stops quite tight, maybe 30-40 pips for a possible 60 pips. So that's a very short-term trade. Looking at it on the H4 might make a lot more sense. Okay, we could see that moving upwards. Again, at this point, I do think that it could, and it's more likely to break above that 122.52 level. However, what you probably need to be is a lot more patient. Likelihood is you would miss this trade because it's going to break that level quite strongly, jump up, and if you jump into that trade there, it's only a little bit of profit with quite a big risk downside. So let it move up, test that resistance level. You might trade that small move in between before that potentially big move upwards. Okay, Any questions so far? You all happy? Good stuff. And then looking at the pound yen. Pound yen is actually now looking at the charts. It's actually, I'm not even going to look at it on a daily time frame. I'm going to look at it on the H4. Pound yen is actually really interesting right now. Sitting at the 135.43 level, sitting at a 135.43 level for the past however many candles. I'm going to zoom in again. It's a signal from the guys to zoom in. All right, for the past how many candles? You know, past 10 candles, so 40 hours. For the past 40 hours, it's been testing, trying to break that resistance level of 135.43. It seems to be holding. At this level, I'll probably be a bit more patient, wait for it to bounce off that resistance level. Looking at a possible 80 pip stop loss for a 290, 300 pip take profit downwards. Okay, so the potential is that downside move. If it does break above, you know, we could be keeping stops quite tight at 50, 60 pips for a maybe even a 300 pip take profit again. So on the pound yen H4 time frame, you're looking at a risk reward of 1 to 3, both on the upside or on the downside. You know, at this point, some of our coaching students have asked about, you know, I always say maintain that flexibility, be flexible with your trades. When it's sitting at this resistance level or supply demand zone, you want to be able to react to it when it breaks upwards, you know, buy it up, have that 3 times reward achievable, and also if it rejects that resistance level, have that downside available to you as well. You have both that buy or sell, not buy and sell, buy or sell trade available to you. But you have to be a little bit more patient, wait for that trade to develop, wait for that price to move and close before you look to jump into any trades for especially for the pound yen at this point. All right, I'm just going to look at the chat if there's any questions. Daniel has been typing like a madman with his summaries. All right, good stuff. So if you've got no other questions, you take it back, Jin.
Okay, thank you so much, Jin, for the analysis. We have come to the end of the session. I will just launch a poll. Do let us know how did we do for this webinar. And at the same time, I will post some links for our Telegram signals and our YouTube channel in the chat right now. For the YouTube channel, you get to see the daily recordings in case you miss it. And Telegram channel, you get to get our signals in case you're not monitoring the market, and our team can give you the signals on time. So yeah, we have come to the end of the session. So tomorrow we will be doing cat and oil, and tomorrow is voting day. So yeah, public holiday for everyone. So yeah, do tune in for tomorrow's session, and looking forward to see everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.